Texas League Baseball is next. And good evening, everybody. We welcome you into Texas League Baseball here in South Texas. And now here's the star of the show, the one, the only, John Baker. Well, thank you, Bob, and a good Tuesday night, everybody, here from Wolf Stadium in San Antonio, Texas. It is the first game of our six-game series between the visiting Midland Rockhounds and your San Antonio Missions. Well, tonight is $2 taco night here at the ballpark. Come by our concession stands and get you 2 tacos for the price of $2. What a magnificent way to start the homestand. Series continues tomorrow evening as we celebrate Military Appreciation Day, as we honor those in uniform and those that serve beyond the call of duty and those that are protecting our great city like San Antonio, like our police, our firefighters, our first responders, and those that serve in uniform. Don't forget, Flying Chanclas return on Thursday and Friday on the matinees. And Saturday is post-game fireworks. Sunday we'll wrap up the series against Midland, as it will be our last ever meetup of the year between the two ball clubs, as we won't see the Rockhounds until next year in 2026. Missions will head to the North Texas area. They take on the Frisco Rough Riders starting Tuesday next week through Sunday. And then we are back home to take on the visiting Springfield Cardinals just 2 weeks from now. Go online now at samissions.com. Purchase and print your tickets from home. We'll also follow the Missions all season long with the Bally Live app. You can watch 4 of your favorite Texas League teams from San Antonio to the Wichita, Tulsa, Arkansas, or wherever you're from. You could tune in live to your favorite Texas League teams. Well, I'm joined in the booth by my partner, Bob. And Bob, happy Taco Day to you. And so far, just a happy Tuesday for everybody here at the ballpark. Yeah, I got to say, John, it is a great Tuesday, and so far, just a pretty good one as we get the 6-game homestand ready to rock and roll. We had a short 3 against Amarillo, but tonight they're up in Corpus Christi, taking on the Corpus Christi Hooks there at Bayfront Park. And so far, it'll be a pretty exciting series on how they go from there. Yeah, I got to say, Bob, and about ready to rock and roll that evening there at Bayfront. And so far, they're already to the bottom of the first inning. Corpus Christi scoring in 2 runs there against Amarillo, and so far, they are doing pretty good. Yeah, I got to say, John, they are doing magnificently well, and so far, going to be exciting to see what comes next. Yeah, got to say, Bob, this evening is just about ready to get underway. And so far, going to be a pretty good evening. Well, anyway, we're just a little bit from our first pitch. Let's go ahead and give you the starting lineups here tonight for the visiting Midland Rockhounds. Leading off in shortstop is Arabelle Angeles in short. Colby Halter will bat second. He'll be second base tonight for Midland. Halter as second. The right fielder is Nate Nankiel batting third for Midland. Nankiel in right. The first baseman is Nick Kurtz. He'll bat fourth for Midland. Kurtz at first. Batting fifth in left field is Caden Trinkle. Trinkle in left. Batting six is Nick Schwartz, the designated hitter. Schwartz, the DH. Center fielder Henry Bolt bats seventh for Midland. Bolt in center. Drew Swift will be the hot corner third baseman. He'll bat eighth for Midland. Swift at third. Willie McIver will be the catcher as he rounds out the batting order for the Midland Rockhounds. McIver catching. Angelus Halter Nankiel will be the first leadoff three. Kurtz Trinkle Schwartz would be the middle. Bull Swift and McIver rounded out for the Rockhounds. Tonight's starting pitcher, Gunnar Hoagland, will take the mound for Midland. And there's the Rockhounds starting lineups. And now the starting lineup for your San Antonio Missions. Leading off, left fielder Albert Fabian. Fabian in left. The catcher Ethan Salas bats second. Salas catching. Center fielder Joshua Mears bats third for San Antonio. Mears in center. Batting first baseman Marcos Castañon. He'll bat fourth for San Antonio. Castañon at first. Right fielder Jacob Campbell bats fifth for the Mission lineup. Campbell in right. Cole Roederer will be the designated hitter, batting sixth for San Antonio. Roederer, the DH. Batting seventh and third base, Yendry Rojas. Rojas at third. Second baseman, Norwelian Cedeno, bats eighth for San Antonio. Cedeno at second. Shortstop Leo Dallas DeVries round out the batting order for San Antonio tonight. DeVries in short. Fabian Salas Mears will be the leadoff three. Castañon Campbell Roederer will be middle. Rojas Cedeno and DeVries round out the batting order for your San Antonio Missions here tonight. On the bunk for the good guys, Jagger Haynes. Haynes pitching for the Missions tonight. And there is your starting lineups. This proud broadcast is brought to you in part by our friends there at West Creek Trail Rides. Come join in with us as we have a exciting experience on horse. And so far, our trail rides are 1 hour on guided horseback. Our military, if you show proof of military ID, you get that 40% discount, which that is really good. Well, gotta say, we're super excited that we have a lot of fans coming in, and yes, military members get in on Wednesdays, which that is pretty good. Just show your proof of ID and your military service badge, and you are good to go. Well, anyway, we will be right back. Our proud sponsor, West Street Trail Rides and HEB and Dr. Pepper, Henry's Puffy Tacos, the San Antonio Stock Show Rodeo, and West Creek Trail Rides are proud sponsors of Missions Baseball. Well, we'll be right back after this, and we'll get things going for the top of the first for Midland when we come back. And we're back with Texas League Baseball. Here is John Baker to bring us our broadcast. Oh dear, Bob, turn that down a little bit. You know, we don't want people hearing the echo of what our broadcast is doing. But anyway, yeah, thank you, Bob. And we're taking you downstairs now as we get things rocking and rolling here. Beautiful logo tags that you see. Just absolutely love how that is. Well, we got a beautiful night ahead of us, and yes, the fans are in, and we are set to go. Plenty of seats available for tonight's game through Sunday, and pretty good on that. Well, Jagger Haynes is getting the ball tonight. A left-hander, four-seam slider, and a changeup will get things going for San Antonio here this evening. All right, so we're about set to go. Here is the shortstop, Arabelle Angeles, as he is ready to get things going. And here's the windup and the pitch, and the homestand goes. 1 ball, no strikes. We are underway. 7:05, right on the money. Don't you like it when we start on time? Yeah, I gotta say, John, we do. That one high fly in the air, up to left field. Fabian getting it, and he's got it for the out.
Batting second, the second baseman.
Second baseman is coming up. That is Colby Halter as he strides up next for Midland. Rockhounds in their road orange and grays. I love the color orange. My favorite color. Right there in the count now, 0-1. Way back then it was blue and grays, but now it's orange and grays, which that is pretty good. That one is hit foul. The count now at 0-2. Kids still enjoying their summer's vacation, as you may know, but evidently a week or 2 weeks from now, it will be school registration underway. 0-2 right there out of play, and still hanging on. Kids go back to school middle half of August or whenever school starts for the school districts. And evidently starting next year in 2026, bring your kids out. Well, every school system does that during a Tuesday or early morning game. A couple of times we've seen a Wednesday morning game. We would pretty much show off severe weather Wednesday, which will tell you about hail and tornadoes and all types of stuff. Even though Oklahoma gets those type of things. And that's a swing and a miss. Got him. 2 down.
Batting third, the right fielder, number 19.
Right fielder is Nate Nankill as he comes in. And a pitch. Swing and a miss right there.
It's 0-1.
And the count now at 0-1. Nankill bats a .414 over a 600. He's had 10 home runs this year for Midland. 15 or 16 of those should get him in a AAA up to Las Vegas before too long. Vegas is the AAA affiliate of the Oakland A's. Even though Oakland, prior to their major league farm system, was pretty much supposed to move the Oakland A's to somewhere else. The 0-2. That one right there, high in the air, up to left field, and Rojas gets there. Ends the inning. No runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left on for Midland. We now head to the bottom of the first. San Antonio coming up to bat right after this. So we'll be right back. Our proud sponsor, West Creek Trail Rides, has your message for you. Now set to go for the bottom of the first right now for San Antonio in the Missions Baseball Network. Well, thank you, Bob. Gunnar Hoagland getting the call. The right-hander is on the hill for Midland tonight. The four-seam slider, changeup, and a sweeper gets ready to go for the Rockhounds to lead off the bottom of the first. Left fielder Albert Fabian coming in as he's set to go for San Antonio. And the windup, the pitch, that one is outside slider, and the count now 1-0. Well, any day now, the 2026 schedules should be ready. But we will keep you up to date on those. That one is lifted high in the air and out of play, foul. So the count now at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Fabian. Hoagland looks in from the windup and the stretch. And it fouls off. And the count now at 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. And that's going to be right there. That's a base hit to left. And they get him on.
Batting second, the catcher, Ethan.
And that was a pretty good line drive to left field for a hit. And that's going to bring on the next batter, catcher Ethan Salas. Salas coming in, takes a strike inside corner. And the count now 0-1. Missions wearing their home white uniforms. Gotta say, nicely clean type uniforms. Bravo Plus is a proud sponsor of San Antonio baseball, which keeps our home whites looking white as snow and so far looking nice. And a nice Texas flag on that right-hand side of the jersey. Just absolutely love that. Right there, the second and the first, they get them both, and that's an easy double play. 3-6-1, and that'll kill 2 birds with 1 stone. As old saying before, yes it does. Well, with 2 down, here brings up the next batter, center fielder Joshua Mears coming in. Could be a 1-2-3 inning, and that's going to be right there. Line drive, another base hit. Boy, if you would have had somebody on base, that would have put a runner in scoring position, and then the next batter up, Marcos Castañon, would try to get something going. That one driven up high in the air up to right field. Moving under it is the right fielder, and that will pretty much do for that. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left. Top of the second we go. No score through 1. Kurt Strinkle-Schwartz will lead it in the top of the second inning for Midland when we come back in this broadcast. Now set to go for the second inning for Midland right now, the Missions Baseball Network. Well, Nick Kurtz coming up now for Midland. 4, 5, and 6 due up against Jagger Haynes. And the pitch. Right there in the inside corner, strike 1 on him. balls and one strike. And the pitch. That one driven up nicely deep to center field. Mears has it, and plenty of time for the out.
Batting fifth, the left fielder, number 10, Caden.
Left fielder Caden Trinkle coming up now. Great crowd, plenty of seats available, so come on out to the game if you want. And it's right there, and the count now 0-1 as that's fouled off. So far, let's give your ball clubs tonight. Amarillo at Corpus Christi, Northwest Arkansas at Arkansas, Springfield at Tulsa, Frisco at Wichita, and Midland at San Antonio. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be fouled off. The count now 0-2. Scores in the Texas League. The first one, Corpus Christi leading 4-0 against Amarillo, which that is pretty good there at Bayfront.
That's a ball.
Right there and outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Don't forget, Missions head to Frisco this next week. After this homestand is concluded. And right there, strike 3, as that will do for an out. And they're 2 away. Designated hitter Nick Schwartz coming in. And that's the count now at 0-1. No, his last name is just so funny when we all look at it. But anyway, they used that name, well, his last name, in Spaceballs, which they made a funny movie, kind of like Star Wars nearly. Oh yeah, I remember that movie. Dark helmet looked like Darth Vader nearly. Well, spitting image of Darth Vader. And the 0-2. Right there, now to play. The count now still holding 0-2. And then, well, you had these ring-type lightsabers. Dark helmet was yellow. The other guy was green. And I was like, what? Isn't his lightsaber supposed to be red? And he said something, I am your brother's sister's roommate, whatever. Funny movie, but weird looking as well. And the pitch, right there, high in the air, up to center field, and that does it. Well, I gotta say, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on for Midland. We now head to the bottom of the second. Campbell, Roederer, and Rojas will lead it off for the bottom of 2 for San Antonio when we come back. All right, about set to go for the bottom of the second inning for San Antonio, right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, the right fielder, Jacob Campbell, strides up next for San Antonio. And here is the pitch right there in the end for a cold strike. And it's 0-1. And the pitch right there. Slow roller on the ground to the short. Throw down to first. Easy play there for the out at first.
Designated hitter, Cole Roederer.
Designated hitter Cole Roederer stands in now. Boy, first out of the inning comes to no avail of getting the ground ball straight away short. And right there, that is through his legs. Wow. That is a line drive to center field, a base hit.
Batting seventh, the third baseman, Yendry Rojas.
So Yendry Rojas coming up now. Frisco is getting trailed all well. But the wind surge has Frisco 3-0 against the Riders. Now it's going to be right there. That's a liner, and that'll fall in. Well, finally something getting going here.
The second baseman, Nerwillian Cedeno.
Well, Nerwillian Cedeno coming in now for San Antonio. Got some pretty good clouds out there, and that's in for a strike. The count now 0-1 to Cedeno. First and second, one away here in this half inning. Still no score here, and that's a sweeper inside. Strike two. Stadium lights taking full effect here on this Tuesday night. And the pitch right there and outside. That's 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him. Right for the out. And they're 2 down. Shortstop Leo Dallas DeVries comes in. 9-hole cleanup batter as well. And no balls. 1 strike for Leo Dallas. And a pitch. That is right there and fouled off. The count now at 0-2. Wichita leading Frisco 3-0. Corpus Christi leading Amarillo 4-0.
No, that's out.
That's outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. No score for the 6 ball clubs that are playing right now. But evidently that's going to fall down. That's a base hit. And San Antonio now has the bases loaded. And the home crowd is up in applaud right now. Boy, and pretty good that they come in and try to get something going. Well, here is the leadoff hitter, left fielder Albert Fabian, as he'll take a strike inside. The count now at 0-1. That was like 3 back-to-back singles here in this bottom half of 2. Yeah, I got to say, John, and they really need to get something going because a base hit could put in a few. Yeah, that is for sure. That is right there, high in the air, and that's going to get down. 1 run scores, 2 run score, 2-run double by left fielder Fabian. And say, John, absolutely right about that. So a 2-run double, and that means everybody gets cheeseburgers. Coupons courtesy of our friends there at Whataburger.
No, that's high.
Ethan Salas comes in, takes one high and outside, 1 ball and no strikes. 0 for 1, the ground out last time up. Evidently, Northwest Arkansas and Arkansas are scoreless. Springfield and Tulsa are scoreless. San Antonio now leading 2-0 against Midland. And that one is fouled off. The count now 1-2. Boy, first time San Antonio got a bases loaded opportunity because Gunnar Hoagland really not been aiming for that strike zone very well this evening. Well, I mean, not efficiently, John, but evidently his strikeout rates are going pretty good. Yeah, for sure. Well, that's going to be a foul ball as the left fielder runs after it, gets right on his belly. And it goes foul the last second. Right there, fouled off. And the count still holding 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to pitch. That one high and outside, loads the count full 3-2. And on deck, Joshua Mears. Now getting in for San Antonio on deck. And the pitch. And outside ball 4. And that second time is loading up the bases once again. And for center fielder Joshua Mears to come in and might do damage here. He might be a tornado like in Oklahoma. Yeah, you're probably right there, Bob. Right there, the count now 0-1. Boy, he would blister a grand slam, make it a 6-0 ball game. I'll tell you one thing, that would be absolute wild right there. Like a cat. Well, okay, kinda. No ball, 2 strike the count. Joshua Mears trying to get going. That one high and outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nowhere to put anybody. Rockhounds got the bullpen. Jack Perkins and Colin Palouse warming up now. 2-0 for San Antonio. And that one is going to be whacked high in the air up to right field. And that will pretty much do it. So Midland will avoid danger as they will escape the danger that is the bases loaded jam. Well, San Antonio gets 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and they leave the bags loaded. 3rd inning coming up, and San Antonio leads it 2-0. Henry, Bolt, Swift, and McIver round out the batting order to start up the top of the 3rd for Midland when we come back. Now set for the third inning for Midland, right now the San Antonio Baseball Network. Henry Bolt coming in now as we lead off the top of the third inning, with San Antonio still trailing, or still up ahead by this game. Right there as he bunts his way off, but doesn't get there. The bunt is snuffed out, but the first out goes to first as Bolt is down retired here in the top of the third inning. The 8-hole batter, Drew Swift, coming in now. San Antonio 2-0 against Midland.
0-1.
I would probably get a little confused, but Midland is trailing this game 2 runs. San Antonio ahead. Those 2 insurance runs. But anyway, doing pretty good. 1-1 the count. Swing and a miss right there. The count now at 1-2. Wichita 4-0 against the Frisco Rough Riders. There at the porch. Here's pitch. Down and in, 2-2. Tulsa leading Springfield 1-0. Just a lone 1-run hit for the Tulsa Drillers right there. And Cedeno has it for out number 2. So pretty good right there. So that'll bring up the 9-hole batter, Willie McIver. Great crowd we have here tonight. And that's a swing and a miss. The count now at 0-1. And that is chopped foul. He now digs himself a even deeper hole to climb out of. So the count now 0-2. And pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him! And that ends the inning. No runs, hits, or errors. Nobody left on. As we head now to the bottom of the third, San Antonio leading this game 2-0. We're back here for the bottom of the third when we come back from commercial messages. Marcos Castañon will lead it off for San Antonio when we come back here in this one. It is Castañon, Campbell, and Roederer to start the home half of 3 for San Antonio. Bottom half of the third inning set to go for San Antonio right now. Missions Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob. Marcos Castañon, the first baseman, steps in now as he'll take a strike inside. And the count now at 0-1. Corpus Christi 4, Amarillo 0. They are the bottom of 4 right now. Tulsa leading Springfield 1-0. Wichita up 4 runs against Frisco. San Antonio leading 2-0 against Midland. And right there, strike 3 swinging. And there is out number 1 here in the third.
Now batting, number 7.
The right fielder, Jacob Campbell, strides up next. Had a beautiful evening for baseball, and so far, come start your week with us in this homestand. There's the pitch, swing and a miss. Got him down in an 0-2 count. And here's the pitch. That is close. Outside, ball 1, 1-2. Could have been called third strike if that was a little more inward. And evidently, Dennett tried to get him. Right there is a slow roller on the ground to second to first, and they get him easily 2 down.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Cole.
Designated hitter is Cole Roederer as he comes in. He singled last time up as 1 for 1. San Antonio 2-0 against Midland. They scored the 2 runs in the bottom of the second inning. Pretty good way to start the homestand is trying to get a Missions win. Even though this is our last 6 times of the year against Midland. So evidently it is what it is. Midland will head home and take on the Tulsa Drillers in a 6-game set next week. Which that will be pretty good for the Midland Rockhounds. Tulsa heads to Franco Park starting next week after their 6-game set with Springfield right there, and that is out number 3, as that will be a swing and a miss, but they'll get the strikeout and the force out there at first. And with that, the side is retired. So no runs, hits, or errors. Nobody left on for San Antonio. 4th inning coming up, and it's still 2-0. Arabel Angeles will lead it off top of 4 when we come back. All right, we're about set to go for the top of the fourth inning for Midland. Right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, here is Irabel Angeles as he comes in. Hits that one high in the air, up to short. Short to right field, and
Now batting, the second baseman.
that is out number one.
Halter.
The second batter up, Colby Halter coming in. The windup and the pitch swing and a miss, and the count now 0-1. Well, I got to say, John, they are really hacking at that baseball, and I'll tell you one thing, they're trying desperately hard to hit that ball. Yeah, for sure, but evidently they keep getting strike after strike. Every batter that stands up in the batter's box is able to get struck out or a high fly out or whatever it is. No balls, 2 strikes. Jagger Haynes at 31 strikes. Only 5 balls were thrown, but evidently his high pitch and strikes is really good. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch right there fouled off. Still hanging on is Colby Halter. And he better hang on for dear life because evidently this next pitch could strike him out. And there he goes. He is struck out.
The right fielder.
And they're 2 down. Right fielder Nate Nankill coming up 0 for 1 with a pop out. Rise up next to the plate for Midland. And the pitch, that one is fouled off, and the count now 0-1. Well, last week 3 game set against Arkansas, 6 here in San Antonio, and then going home taking on Tulsa.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Which that'd be pretty good for Midland. And the 0-2 right there and outside. Boy, nearly got him. Home plate umpire Jeff Andrews having a little chat with Jagger Haynes. Evidently thought that was a ridiculous call. Now in high fly in the air. And right there, boy, nearly hitting the ground. As just in time center fielder Joshua Mears holds him off again. And still a no-hit ball game. No runs, hits, or errors. Nobody left on for Midland. We head now bottom of 4, and it's 2-0 San Antonio in a no-hit ball game. Rojas, Cedeno, and DeVries will lead off the bottom of 4 when we come back in our broadcast. About set to go for the bottom of 4 right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Third baseman Yendry Rojas coming in now as he steps in, takes a ball on the outside. One ball and no strikes for him. Underway, bottom of 4. San Antonio still holding this ball game. That's right there. Line drive. That's a base hit to center. Pretty good right there as Rojas gets a base hit. Norwellian Cedeno coming in now. Swings and misses at the initial offering. And the count now at 0-1. No balls, 1 strike the count. And the pitch. Right there, and that is out of play, foul. Could have easily been a fair ball, but evidently it will drift out of play. No balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Got him.
Now batting, number 94.
Well, here's a 9-hole batter, Leo Dallas DeVries. And that's going to be kelted right there. That is deep, and that is getting down. And here comes the runner. Easily safe. DeVries has a RBI double. And now that'll put San Antonio up 3-0 against Midland. Man, I got to tell you, John, really good right there as he comes in and gets something going. Oh, Leo Dallas DeVries now there at second base in scoring position. And that's going to be right there. Thrown out to first, and that's out number 2. But meanwhile, the runner at third is 90 feet from scoring in. Base hit would put it 4-0. Catcher Ethan Salas coming in and facing off Gunnar Hogland. And that is a strike in the count now, 0-1. And the pitch. Right there, hit the first. First baseman takes it himself, and that's the inning. But Leo Dallas DeVries gets an RBI double, and it'll still put San Antonio a bit further, as it is now a 3-0 ball game. We head to the 5th. Kurtz, Trinkle, and Schwartz will lead it off. San Antonio leading this game 3-0. About ready for the fifth inning. Here is John Baker. Thank you, Bob. Nick Kurtz coming in as we lead off the fifth inning. San Antonio in front of this big lead. A 3-0, which that is pretty good. The changeup is down and inside for a strike. And the count now at 0-1. We'll give you scores after this. Strike two in the count. 0-2 to Kurtz. Wichita leading the Rough Riders 5-2. Springfield and Tulsa tied once again 1-1. Arkansas leading Northwest Arkansas 1-0. Caden Trinkle coming in now, and so far they'll set up the double play possibility. And that's an inside strike. The count now at 0-1. Corpus Christi leading 4-3 against Amarillo, which that is pretty good. And the pitch, that one high fly in the air up to left field. Fabian gets it. And there's one down. Nick Schwartz coming in now as he comes in as the designated hitter. Is 0 for 1 to fly out. So far, just a nice, beautiful evening as set to go on a Tuesday night. That one driven high in the air, nicely up to center. And Joshua Mears gets that one. A lot of 3-up, 3-down innings here, Bob. I mean, Midland has been wasting every one since the first inning. Yeah, I got to say, John, it's pretty complex when you think about it. But not a lot of hard hit balls for Midland as they go through in this one. High fly in the air, deep to right field. Campbell has it. And again, that eliminates the hit. So far, no runs on one hit. No errors, one left for Midland. Bottom of 5 with San Antonio in front, 3-0. We're back here as center fielder Joshua Mears drives up for the bottom of 5 when we come back. Well, about set to go for the bottom of the fifth inning here, and so far the center fielder Joshua Mears coming in. Back here on Tuesday Night Baseball, and yep, so far Bob had to go do something real quick, and he'll be right back. But no balls and one strike to the center fielder Joshua Mears. And now it's going to be hit high in the air up to the foul grounds. And that is out number one.
The first baseman, number 6, Marcos Castanon.
Marcos Castanon coming in now. As the last time up, he was the strikeout. One away, nobody on. Castanon coming in. Hits that one foul. Right there, the count now 0-1. Sun starting to go down. We have a little cloud out there. Kind of looked like a big fluffy biscuit floating. Ooh, biscuits. I love biscuits. Oh, hey Bob. Where'd you go? I went to go get a snack. I was hungry. Oh, okay. Well, right there. Threw down. Got him. So that is out number 2.
Now batting, number 7.
Well, that'll bring up number 7, and that is right fielder Jacob Campbell. Campbell coming in, takes a strike in. Nope, never mind. That was a ball. Boy, and that would have been a fight right there between the manager and the home plate umpire if that was ever ruled a strike way outside. Sometimes Major League Baseball teams like that. A home plate umpire would call a strike way outside, and that's where a brawl could happen. 1 ball and 2 strikes, the count now to Campbell. And he swings and misses after that. Still running, and they get him. No runs, hits, errors, and nobody left on for San Antonio. 6th inning coming up, and it is San Antonio 3, Midland nothing. And we'll be right back as Drew Swift, MacGyver, and Angeles will lead it off top of 6 when we come back. Well, we're about set to go for the sixth inning, and here is John Baker. Thank you, Bob. Drew Swift coming up, 8-9-1, due up against Jagger Haynes. As he takes a strike inside, the count now at 0-1. And the pitch. That one skied high in the air up to right field. Campbell on his horse makes the play, and here's out number one.
Now batting.
After tonight, 5 games left of these two ball clubs. They meet up one last time Sunday. And our scheduled pitch time at 7:05 on that day. That one high fly in the air and out of play. So the count now at 0-1. So far, Frisco now trailing Wichita just a run. Wind Surge 6, Rough Riders 5. The 0-1. That one fouled off. And the count now at 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. And that one skied high in the air and out of play. Still hanging on at 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. That one high in the air, deep to left field. And the left fielder makes the grab, and there's out number 2. And that'll bring up the shortstop, Arabelle Angeles. And a pitch. That's right there in the end for a strike. The count now 0-1. Well, Military Appreciation Night tomorrow night. Don't forget, we salute those that serve in uniform, those that are and are first responders, and our police, our firefighters, our military, those that protect us 24/7 from foreign and domestic enemies that dare threaten our land, and those that are violent as a wild hog. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1-2. That one high fly in the air up to center, and that pretty much does it. No runs, hits, or errors, nobody left on for Midland. We head to the bottom half of the 6th inning. San Antonio leading this game 3-0. Rotor, Rojas, and Cedeno will get something going when we come back, and looks to me we're going to have a new reliever coming up for Midland when we get started for the bottom of 6. Well, we head to the bottom half of the sixth inning right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, a left-hander, Ben Bowden, is coming in as he'll get the relief pitching duties for Midland. Now the designated hitter, Cole Roederer, stands in now as we are about ready to set for the bottom half of the sixth inning. That one's got high in the air and out of play. The count now at 0-1. Well, our remaining ball clubs this year: Midland, Frisco, Springfield, Tulsa, Amarillo, Corpus Christi, and finishing off the regular season there in Springfield. Evidently, 2026 will be unveiled as soon as the schedule drops, I hope. Hopefully by the end of next week or the time we're in Frisco. And we'll see what happens there. That is fouled off. And the count now at 1-2. Wichita still getting a 2-run lead against the Frisco Rough Riders. They lead 7-5. Springfield and Tulsa tied 1-1, top of the sixth inning. By golly, it is a Arkansas 1-0 lead, top of the ninth inning. Their ball game there at All-American Ballpark is going quick. Well, that's the first out. Cole Roederer is out.
Third baseman, Yendry Rojas.
And that'll bring up the third baseman, Yendry Rojas. 2 for 2, 2 singles, 2 runs tonight. San Antonio still doing pretty good. 3-0 ball game here in the bottom half of the sixth inning. That's a strike inside. The count now at 0-1. Corpus Christi leading the Sod Poodles by 4-3, top of 7. Well, evidently we look at the Texas League standings. San Antonio still up a good lead. If winning tonight would mean win number 53, that would be pretty good. Midland 47-44. Frisco trailing a game and a half from the Rockhounds at 46-43. Amarillo 42-47. Corpus Christi 33-57. Springfield 58-32. If they beat Tulsa, it's win number 59 for them. Arkansas and Wichita are in a foot race with 47 even. Northwest Arkansas trailing 4.5 games between the Wichita Wind Surge and Arkansas Travelers. Tulsa still making up a little bit of ground, evidently 36-54. Still a bad thing, and that's going to be right there. Line drive. That is straightaway left. That is gone. Norwillian Cedeno. Boy, 4th or 5th home run of the year for him. And even though for San Antonio, being in a Missions uniform, he has proudly served to make this team one and indivisible. Which that is pretty good. That's why the San Antonio Missions were the Texas Defenders in the natural history. They proudly served the great state of Texas and San Antonio to defend the Alamo. Texan defenders like Davy Crockett and James Bowie, and the lives that were lost on that tragic day. They defended the Alamo with pride, dignity, and respect, and for the love of the great state of Texas. Texas serves as its history point. You know, San Antonio itself is a history point
Back one.
of all of Texas. And even though it is a big town, about 500,000 people, and that's inside for a strike. The count now at 1-2. But even though with the flash flooding that we have seen over the past couple of weeks,
2-2.
we are still sending prayers and evidently donations to those that have lost everything due to the floods. That is right there, fouled off. The count now 2-2. Well, evidently San Antonio could win number 53 tonight. A grand slam ahead of Midland. And that's going to be right there. That's a line drive straightaway center. And Leo Dallas DeVries has that base hit. So pretty good right there for them. So that'll bring in left fielder Albert Fabian. Back to the lineup we go. Lineup card always flips over when you get to that first batter. As he takes a strike inside, the count now 0-1. 2 for 3, a double. And the last time up for him was pretty good. Now to finish this off, he has a 2 for 3 double, single, and 2 RBIs. That is pretty good. 5th run for San Antonio, just sits at first base. And here's the pitch. That is right there. Line drive. And that gets down a base hit. And that's going to put runners at second and third. And boy, they are about ready to do more damage than anticipated. Well, you're looking at your final 4 ball clubs: San Antonio, Midland, Springfield, and Arkansas. And yep, right there, that was a fair ball. Just looking at it, that was pretty good. The windup and the pitch, that is right there, fouled off. The count now at 0-1. Second and third. Well, the base hit gets a double, and that's double meat cheeseburger coupons courtesy of our friends there at Whataburger. Everybody gets those. Every single chance this rest of the season. If the Missions hit a double, then that you get a double meat cheeseburger coupon. That is for everybody in the stadium. And that's going to be right there. And safe on a wild pitch in the 5th run in to score. Could be an error, but I don't think they'll rule that out as an error. Nah, I don't think so. It's going to be ruled out a wild pitch. And, yeah, so far that is rough around the edges as the catcher tries to get him out. And, well, so far they can't even get there. Now San Antonio up 2 more runs in the bottom of the 6th inning. Called third strike, and that will pretty much do for this inning. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and at least 1 left. 7th inning coming up. San Antonio leading this one 5-0. Well, Colby Halter will start the 7th inning. When we come back, San Antonio 5-0 against Midland. Seventh inning coming up, ready to go for Midland here in the San Antonio Baseball Network. Well, Colby Halter be the first one. Will lead it off for Midland. Rockhounds down to their final 9 outs, trailing a 5-run ball game. That one high in the air, up to right field. Campbell getting after it. And that is out number 1.
Now batting, right fielder Nate Nankiel.
Right fielder Nate Nankiel coming up now. And the pitch is inside for a strike. The count now at 0-1. Well, it seems to me that Amarillo is now up ahead against Corpus Christi. It's now 5-4 Amarillo. Amarillo 5, Corpus Christi 4. They're in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Arkansas finally got a win, and boy, that game went by a lot of quick. And that is called third strike. And that is out number 1.
The first baseman, Nick Kurtz.
So we're going to look at their scores. Arkansas, 1 run, 4 hits, no errors. And for Northwest Arkansas, no runs on 6 hits, and they get 2 costly errors. So far, they tried to get runs in, but I bet they grounded into double plays a bunch of times. Yeah, they probably did. High in the air, center field, and that will do it. Well, it's time to get up a stretch on this fine evening. It's taking me out to the ball game. Let's stand up and sing. Now we head to the bottom half of the 7th, as we'll have a new reliever coming up for Midland when we come back. Bottom half of the seventh inning set to go for San Antonio right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, our right-hander Tanner Dotson is getting the second relief call for Midland. And so far, pretty good as he comes on the mound for Midland here in this broadcast. Four-seam slider.
Leading off for the Missions, the center fielder.
A curveball and a two-seam fastball comes in on his pitches. So he's got 4 pitches to choose from. Center fielder Joshua Mears, the first man up for San Antonio, comes in and takes that one inside for a strike. It's 0-1. Wichita, boy, they are doing good against the Frisco Rough Riders. It's now 11-5 in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Still no change there in Tulsa as they're still tied up with Springfield. Tulsa Drillers, Springfield Cardinals tied 1-1 in the bottom of 7. San Antonio 5, Midland nothing in this ball game. San Antonio got the 2 runs in the bottom half of the 2nd inning. And they got a full count now at 3 balls, 2 strikes. 1 lone run in the bottom of 4 and 2 in the previous inning in the bottom of 6. That one right there. Slow roller to second. The first they get him. In time for the out. And there's one down.
Batting, the first baseman, Marcos Castanon.
Marcos Castanon is 0 for 3. 2 strikeouts and a flyout. Amarillo leading Corpus Christi 5-4 in the bottom half of 7. Arkansas called their ball game against Northwest Arkansas. Travelers win by 1 run, and that was it. Kind of reminds me of the Midland Rockhounds back in 2017 when they took the championship during that time. Rockhounds were claimed the championship. My dad and uncle went to that ball game there in good old Midland. Then they watched the game on TV. Rockhounds won at DCJ Field. And pretty much the Rockhounds were the 2017 champions of that year. Never forget, they were a 4-peat win by win by win by win. From 2014 to 2017, they won 4 years in a row. Tried to win last year, trying to beat Arkansas, and so far they couldn't get that. Arkansas won 7-3 last year, and that's how they got the championship to begin with. They beat San Antonio really good and Amarillo really good. That one high flying in the air up to right field. And under it is the right fielder to make the play for the out. And so far, that will do. No runs, hits, or errors. Nobody left on for San Antonio. 8th inning coming up. San Antonio has this game 5-0. Caden Trinkle, Schwartz, and Bolt will lead it off top of the 8th inning when we come back. Well, we are the top half of the eighth inning as we are set to go. John, take it away. Caden Trinkle coming in against Jagger Haynes, 5-6-7, top of the eighth inning. Midland down to their final 6 outs, and a lot of innings have been wasted for them to even come back. The base hit gets going as Trinkle gets on. And that's going to bring up Nick Schwartz. Don't forget we have a new series premiere coming up, and a boy and his favorite kind of partner. Join us as we have the 1-hour series premiere Picani coming Friday, September 26th at 6:30 right here to J. Baker Flux.
1-0.
Don't forget our new season of horseback riding adventures coming up Saturday, October 6th at 9:30. So yeah, 2 new shows coming in, and well, so far pretty good, except a series premiere and a season premiere. Henry Bolt coming in is 0 for 2, a fly out and a ground out. Boy, broadcast going pretty good tonight as we get going and having the best Tuesday night if humanly possible. And the pitch right there, swing and a miss right in the count now, nothing and 2 meet-up ball clubs this year. Midland will head home after this to take on the Tulsa Drillers in a 6-game set. While San Antonio heads first time around goes to Frisco. Take on the Frisco Rough Riders there at good old Statesman's Park. Now one high fly in the air up to left field. Joshua Mears gets in to call off the left fielder. And ball gets away, and right there, well, I would say it would be October 4th. I do apologize about that. So season 4 premieres October 4th, going all the way to February 7th of next year. And then season 5, a day after my birthday, May 8th, 2026. Well, May 9th, I should say. Be 2 back-to-back episodes. They'll launch off the 6th season next year. A summer event series that continues to go on really good. Drew Swift coming in, and he's going to hit that one sky high in the air up this right center, and that will get down, and that will do no damage there. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on for Midland. Bottom half of the 8th inning coming up. San Antonio leading this game 5-0. We're back for the bottom of the 8th when we come back in this one. Bottom half of the 8th inning set to go right now on the San Antonio Missions Baseball Network.
Pitching for Midland.
Well, pitching in, Jack Weisenberger, a right-hander, gets the relief call. Third on the mound for Midland as he comes in. Pitching for the Rockhounds. Designated hitter Cole Roederer steps in now.
Ball.
Thank you guys for coming into our broadcast. Don't forget, tomorrow evening, 7:05 for a Military Appreciation Night Wednesday.
Ball.
And that is outside the count now 2-0. The only thing that has flocked the Midland pitching tonight was the outside ball of the starter. Well, evidently, it was pretty rough around the edges for the leadoff starter to come in, and there's high fly balls right there, up and out of the strike zone. And also a few base hits and then some home runs coming out. San Antonio 5, Midland nothing. They have been shutting them down like nothing else. 3 up, 3 down innings for the Rockhounds. So far, they're down to their final 3 outs, and the evening will be done. Ball game will officially conclude a Tuesday night.
Ball.
Military Appreciation Night tomorrow night, Thursday and Friday games with the Flying Chanclas returning. Don't forget, it's post-game fireworks on Saturday evening with our fire department on standby. And that'll bring in Yendry Rojas, 2 for 3, 2 singles, 2 runs in the score. But evidently still waiting on word of 2026's baseball schedule. Evidently baseball next year should be better. Evidently with us getting Arkansas and Tulsa back here, hopefully they come. Evidently for the past couple of years they have not been back to Wolf Stadium at all. But San Antonio has traveled to their ballparks out of state, going to Oklahoma to take on the Tulsa Drillers and North Little Rock to take on Arkansas. That is right there, and that is caught by the first baseman for out number 2.
The second baseman, Nerwillian
Cedeno comes in, as he is the last out for San Antonio here tonight. Now, evidently, if the Rockhounds were up, it would be the bottom of the 9th for San Antonio. Well, that's going to be right there, and that is it. No runs, hits, or errors for San Antonio. And we head to the 9th inning. McIver, Angeles, and Halter will come back in and get things going. Well, Willie McIver coming in as so far San Antonio will start the first relief pitcher coming up to give Jagger Haynes the night as he did 8 innings for San Antonio. And he could be the winning pitcher for this ball game on a Tuesday evening, which that right there is pretty good. Well, we got new score from Tulsa. The Tulsa Drillers now leading Springfield 2-1. Win surge in favor of that ball game against the Frisco Rough Riders, 11-5. San Antonio, this ball game in favor of this broadcast, 5-0 San Antonio against Midland. As I said before, Arkansas winning 1 run and 1 run only, and that's the final against Northwest Arkansas. Well, we'll be right back as we get things going, and we lead off the top half of the 9th inning when we come back. Top of the ninth inning, set to go for Midland right now on the San Antonio Baseball Network. Willie McIver coming in, but first Omar Cruz gets the relief pitching duties to close the door. And so far he is the man out of the bullpen to get things going. 3 outs left for Midland, and San Antonio stands idly victorious if they get 3 outs and win a 5-0 shutout. Bottom half of the 8th inning there in Corpus Christi. Amarillo still up that 1 run against Corpus Christi. It's 5-4 Sod Poodles. Here's the 0-1. That one fouled off. The count now 0-2. Wichita still up 11-5 against Frisco. And still doing a pretty good deal of damage on the Frisco Rough Riders. 0-2. Cold third strike. Right there as that is the out. Well, and it looks like Midland down to their final 2 outs tonight. Had a pretty good ball game, and yeah, broadcast included. And that's an inside strike. The count now at 0-1 to the leadoff batter for Midland, Arabelle Angeles. And that's a swing and a miss right there. The count now 0-2. Don't forget, join us tomorrow night, Military Appreciation Night, Wednesday, as we salute our men and women and those that serve a great community in San Antonio.
No, ball.
Our police, our firefighters, our first responders, everybody that serve our great and wonderful communities. Here's a 1-2. And that is fouled off. The count now 1-2. Getting some activity in the Rockhounds bullpen. We got another reliever about ready to go. And that's a swing and a miss down to their last out.
The batter, the second.
And this could be a well-pitched, perfect ball game for San Antonio. Missions have a upper hand against Midland. And the pitch, that is right there, now to play foul. And the count now 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, last batter up. Colby Halter comes in. And that one right there's a line drive up to right field for a base hit. And that will be alive for one more batter. Not Halter himself, but he's got a base hit to get on first base. And that'll bring up right fielder Nate Nankill. Nankill coming in, takes a strike inside. The count now at 0-1. Rockhounds final 5 games of the year here in San Antonio. And got to say to these boys, you get back into West Texas. Give a good hello to the Tulsa Drillers for us. Evidently, we don't get to see Tulsa until the 3rd week of August. That means when we get done with Springfield and we head on to Tulsa right after that. That one skied high in the air, center field. Mears has it, and that is a well-earned win. Win number 53 for San Antonio puts Midland on their knees to a 5-0 shutout finish. Well, 53 wins for San Antonio this year, still holding that first place position. Jagger Haynes is the win. Loss for Midland, Gunnar Hoagland, as he will get credited with the L. It'll look like Arkansas winning against Northwest Arkansas, and they will be 48 in second place against their next-door neighbor opponent, Northwest Arkansas. Well, it's 5-5 ball game there in Corpus Christi, and Sod Poodles and Hooks are tied with a 5-5 ball game. It'll look like evidently Corpus Christi now taking back the lead. It's now Hooks 6 and Amarillo Sod Poodles 5. Can't say too much for Wichita as they are 11-5, top of the 8th inning there at the Porch. And, yep, so far still too early to call for our final 6 ball clubs. And so far we are looking at the streams. Seems to me like Corpus Christi whacking a 2-run over the fence. It is a 6-5 ball game. They had a runner in scoring position there at second. But our final score tonight here in San Antonio, 5-0 shutout. And so far, it was a pretty good evening. Well, anyway, let's go over runs, hits, and errors first for the victorious San Antonio Missions. 5 runs, 11 hits, no errors. And for Midland, only 3 hits allowed. Gunnar Hogland is the losing pitcher for the Rockhounds tonight. Gave up 8 hits, only struck out 6, and gave up 3 runs. Stayed in for only 5 innings. Well, the player of the game tonight, Jagger Haynes, stayed in 8 innings, gave up only 2 hits, and struck out 5. He did not give up any runs whatsoever. What a pitch-perfect ball game that was. But anyway, got to say that was a pretty good evening as, well, we are pretty much done for this broadcast, and so far, final score 5-0 San Antonio in this one. Military Appreciation Night Wednesday is tomorrow night, 7:05 our start, as we get ready to have the second game of our 6 game set. And so far going to be a pretty good matchup after that. Well, anyway, we want to say good night to everybody, and also, Bob, have a good night, because I know you're getting ready to head home and stuff, and we'll see you tomorrow. Yep, we'll see you tomorrow, John. Thank you for having me, and I'll see you at work tomorrow. Thank you, Bob. Well, anyway, for all of us, for myself and my coworker, Bob, we are going to see y'all again tomorrow evening. Drive home safely and have a good night.